Hello everyone, and thanks so much for all the support on my videos and everybody who has subscribed to my YouTube channel. I'm very grateful. Today I'm at the old Kestrel pub here in Walkinstown, quite close to the Walkinstown roundabout, which is a very famous location here in Dublin 12 and right across Ireland. People will be very familiar with this location. This pub was here for many years, closed down about 7 or 8 months ago, and now it's in the hands of a property investment company. An application was filed a number of years ago looking for up to 62 apartments here, up to 8 stories high. This was rejected, and the developers again have come back with an application which has been granted of 42 apartments, which are going to be up to 6 stories high, and there's going to be retail units at the bottom of this development. Now this is very interesting because a lot of these apartments are going to be built to rent, completely unaffordable for the vast majority of people, and the company itself, Dublin Investments, are involved with the Greenhills shopping centre, which is just up the road here from where I'm standing today in Walkinstown. So they've profited from so much of the housing crisis, and they're profiting as well from other industries which I want to speak about today also. It's the immigration industry. Now this is fascinating because in Q1 of 2024, they were in receipt of over €750,000 from the Department of Integration to provide accommodation. So they're one of the biggest accommodation providers of the company behind this. Of course, when you look at the headline names around it, such as Dublin Investments, they have various property arms within this company, and some are involved in the retail and commercial end of things that I just explained that's happening here, and then others are involved in the immigration industry. And this is a company with over €70 million in assets. It's got 300 plus residential units in train at the moment, and also now they're looking at profiting from more in the immigration industry with all the accommodation centres they provided. And of course, they own properties around areas like Tipperary and Borrisdecane and Limerick and Baltinglass and some other locations also. Now, the companies behind this are Hughes and Hannigan, who are famous builders, developers and solicitors, and they're based in Dublin city centre and Wellington Quay, and they're profiting from the misery of ordinary people. So many people in Ireland are making huge profits from the build to rent accommodation. They're going to be probably offering these apartments well over $2,500 a month for these apartments. They're going to be for rent here. Also will have huge implications for the immigration industry with the money they're making from that also as well, which benefits the big commercial property owners and the big employers by suppressing wages. But of course, this shows you what a lot of people in Ireland are doing and profiting from the crisis, and need to be exposed to what they're doing, much as the owners of this pub here, because every building has a story, and behind those stories are people making huge money from what's going on in Irish society and benefiting from the policies of this and previous governments who bow down to their masters in Brussels to implement the policies that serve the very wealthy, the high net worth individuals and the corporations. And it's interesting because also this demonstrates the class disparities in Irish society in the context of the very rich in Irish society. And that's a famous quote I want to mention from James Connolly, who spoke about nationalism, and the quote he made is very apt in terms of displaying what's really going on in Irish society and how it's so much based on class, because they don't talk about those issues, but it's very important to note, because as Connolly said, Ireland as distinct from our people is nothing to me, and the man who is bubbling over with love and enthusiasm for Ireland yet passes unmoved through our streets and witness all the wrong and the sufferance, shame and degradation wrought upon the Irish people, wrought by Irishmen upon Irishmen and women, without burning to end it, is a fraud and a liar in his heart. No matter how he loves that combination of chemical elements he is pleased to call Ireland. Now this has a huge implications in terms of what's going on in Irish society and what society we want to create The material ownership of our country should be vested with the people of our country, not with any vested interests, not with any powerful interests in our society, whether they're Irish or whether they're international. And this is who the political policies always represent and always favour at the behest of ordinary people. That's why a lot of people continue to support Fine Gael, Fianna Fáil and all of these parties, and the status quo will continue unless things change. It needs to change by us talking about these issues openly and honestly and deciding what the future of our country should really look like without this rampant and rife and destructive profiteering that takes place in our society. So put the needs of ordinary people here in Ireland first and made a country that we're proud of, where it serves the needs of our citizens and everybody's involved in the decision-making process. Thanks a lot for the support of my videos, really appreciate it. Please press subscribe to my YouTube channel. Take care, bye bye.